What if everything you saw was a lie? What if the moment you thought you'd lost everything, your father's soul crushed right before your eyes, was nothing but a trap? Welcome back to Cultivation Hub, and today, Xiao Yan walks straight into the most dangerous illusion of his entire journey, and it almost destroys him. If you're new here, this is Cultivation Hub, where we break down every soul-crushing, jaw-dropping, flame-igniting moment from Battle Through the Heavens. Smash that like button, because what you're about to witness is one of the most emotionally brutal and visually stunning sequences in the entire series. We are inside the domain of the Purifying Demonic Lotus Flame, one of the most terrifying heavenly flames to ever exist, and Xiao Yan just made it out of the Dream Ensnaring Heavenly Mist. Barely. But here's the thing, did he actually make it out, or is he still inside? The second Xiao Yan tears free from the Dream Ensnaring Heavenly Mist, the world explodes around him. Thousands upon thousands of flame slaves, warriors burned and refined by the Purifying Demonic Lotus Flame itself, are staring right at him. But then something happens that none of us were ready for. The Hall Master of the Hall of Souls appears, and he's not alone. He's dragging someone with him. Xiao Zhan, Xiao Yan's father. Except he's not in his body anymore. He exists only as a soul, a fragile, flickering soul in the iron grip of one of the most powerful and merciless enemies Xiao Yan has ever faced. And the look on Xiao Zhan's face when he hears his son's voice? Disbelief. Pure, trembling disbelief, like he can't believe his son actually came. Yaner. That's all he can say, just that one word, and it hits harder than any battle scene in this entire arc. And then, the Hallmaster, cold, calculated, absolutely ruthless, looks Xiao Yan dead in the eyes and says, "By making an enemy of my Hun clan, your ending can only be one thing, your family shattered, your home destroyed." He places his palm on top of Xiao Zhan's soul. Since you're about to be captured anyway, he no longer has any value in existing. Xiao Yan screams for him to stop. The Hallmaster scoffs, his hand tightens, and Xiao Zhan's soul shatters, just like that. Thousands of tiny motes of light, all that's left of a man's entire existence, drift away into the void. I want you to sit with that for a second, because watching Xiao Yan stand there, his body shaking, staring at the fragments of his father's soul, that is one of the most gut-punch moments in Battle Through the Heavens. But then, wait! Before Xiao Yan can even charge forward, before that volcanic killing intent can fully take over, his body locks up. Milky white flames erupt from his very pores, the Purifying Demonic Lotus Flame, burning him from the inside, and through the searing agony, one brutal realization cuts through the fire and grief like a blade. It was all fake. His father wasn't there, the Hallmaster wasn't there, the soul-shattering, the screaming, the devastation, all of it, every single second of it, a perfectly crafted illusion designed to do one thing, trigger the most overwhelming emotional response possible and leave Xiao Yan too shattered to fight back. And it nearly worked. That is the terrifying genius of the Dream Ensnaring Heavenly Mist. It doesn't attack your body, it attacks what you love most. It reaches into your heart, finds the thing that would break you the fastest, and it uses that thing against you. For Xiao Yan, that thing is his father, every single time.
But here's why Xiao Yan is different. Any other cultivator at this stage, the Purifying Demonic Lotus Flame burns through them from the inside out. No mercy, no escape, just ash. But Xiao Yan, this man has 5 heavenly flames fused inside him. 5! And right now, every single one of them surges to life as he drives them through every vein, every meridian, every inch of his body. The milky white flames push back, they fight, they resist, and then, slowly, they retreat. The fused heavenly flame burns hotter, burns purer, and drives the demonic lotus flame back, step by step, until Xiao Yan is standing in the center of that terrifying white inferno, completely unburned. That is peak Xiao Yan. That is what years of pain, sacrifice, and near-death experiences have built. A man whose very body has become a weapon against the most terrifying flame in existence. Now, with his mind clear and his heavenly flame surging into his eyes, Xiao Yan finally sees the mist for what it really is. No more illusions, no more phantom battles, just a dense, twisted fog, and inside it, dozens of people staggering with blank, tortured expressions. Some of them are already burning. Their screams echo for a moment, and then silence. But one person immediately catches Xiao Yan's eye. Yao Lao, his teacher, his closest companion, standing with faint white flames already flickering across his body. Not much, just the beginning stages, but Xiao Yan knows better than anyone what those beginning stages lead to. He doesn't hesitate for a single second. He crosses the distance in a flash and drives his palm into Yao Lao's back with a shout loaded with soul fluctuation, a technique that cuts through illusions and drags the mind back to reality by force. Yao Lao's eyes snap open, and the first thing that great Dao Sang says, one of the most powerful cultivators alive, is, "The purifying demonic lotus flame is truly terrifying. If you hadn't awakened me in time, my fate would have been far from pleasant." Think about that. A Dao Sang admitting he almost fell to an illusion. That's how dangerous this place is. They don't waste time. They run. In the moment they break through the boundary of the fog, it's like surfacing from deep water. The weight lifts, the heat dims. They turn back and stare at the twisting, distorted space behind them and breathe. And then, a voice. "Brother Xiao Yan!" Shun standing on a massive stone platform floating in midair beside a towering white gate with Yan and the rest of their group waving them over. Now here's what I love about this moment. Xiao Yan doesn't just run to her. The first thing he does, after everything he just went through, is check. He lets his heavenly flame scan the area. He probes the space, because he has just been burned by trusting what his eyes told him. Only when he's certain, when the flames confirmed this is real, does he let himself relax. That character growth, that's earned. And this is where Gu Nanhai delivers what might be the most terrifying piece of lore in this entire arc. The Dream Ensnaring Heavenly Mist isn't just a trap, it's the ultimate technique of the Purifying Demonic Lotus Saint himself, the being who became the flame. And once, just once, this mist swallowed an entire city. The people inside lived what they believed were hundreds of years of life, entire lifetimes, relationships built, children raised, people born and died inside that dream. And when the mist finally lifted, they discovered those centuries had passed in a single moment. A whole city living a lie. And here's the part that should terrify everyone. 1,000 years ago, the Purifying Demonic Lotus Flame could not use this technique. It has grown that much stronger while sealed away. Even Gu Nanhai, a man who has seen things that would break most cultivators, sighs at that. This journey will indeed be perilous. No kidding. And then, because this show never lets you breathe, the space starts shaking. The heat spikes, cracks tear open across reality itself, and from those cracks, they come. Flame slaves. Not dozens, not hundreds, thousands. Human-shaped figures wrapped in milky white flames pouring out of the spatial rifts like a flood, until the entire sky above the plaza is filled with them, wall to wall. An ocean of burning bodies, and every single one of them is locked onto Xiao Yan's group. Gu Nanhai immediately calls it, "These aren't mindless monsters. These are powerhouses. Actual cultivators refined and transformed by the Purifying Demonic Lotus Flame into a special kind of puppet. They retain strength. They retain fighting instincts. They just no longer have anything to lose. And they come like a tidal wave." Xiao Yan's group fights back immediately, and these are some of the most powerful cultivators in the world, so the flame slaves shatter around them like glass. But here's the problem. For every 10 they destroy, 100 more pour through the rifts. This isn't a fight you can win by fighting harder. This is a flood, and you don't fight a flood, you get to higher ground. Gu Nanhai sees it first. Killing them like this is useless, we must break through. Xiao Yan takes exactly 1 second to process that, and then, go. One word, clean, decisive. That's Xiao Yan. That's the man he's become. And so they charge, not away from the flame slaves, but forward, through the chaos, through the fire, toward that massive white gate that stands between them and the true body of the purifying demonic lotus flame. Because that's what battle through the heavens always comes back to. Not the strongest force wins, the one who keeps moving forward wins. Xiao Yan has faced illusions that used his father against him. He's burned from the inside. He's watched an ocean of enemies fill the sky, and he's still walking toward that gate. What waits behind it? We'll find out together. If you made it this far, you already know this channel is different. We don't just recap, we feel every moment with you. So if this video hit, drop a comment below. Tell me, what hit you hardest in this episode? The illusion, the flame slaves, or that terrifying lore about the city trapped in the mist? I read every single one. Subscribe to Cultivation Hub if you haven't already. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers, and every single one of you is part of this journey. Like this video if Xiao Yan deserves it, and trust me, he does. Until next time, keep cultivating, keep pushing, and never stop moving forward.